How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about SOFI, which was up 1.85% on the day. Yes, it gave us another green day. And as far as for the technicals, they're definitely looking really good. So I'll talk about it further in the video. I won't be wasting any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for SOFI. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.14, being up 1.85%. On the low, it tested $6.91, and then on the high, testing $7.39. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 34.886 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 49.589 million shares. So right away, we did have below average volume on the day, but we've seen some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it was 51.22. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, we are below the 100-day, we're also below the 50-day, and we are above the 21-day EMA, which is exactly what you want to see. It is set right now at $6.93, and since we closed at $7.14, we have that strength, and we also did form a higher low as well. Exactly what we are looking for. So as far as for the high of the day, we tested $7.39. If you remember from the video yesterday, I was looking for us to get to around $7.41. So we were only 2 cents shy. So if we have a strong market going into tomorrow, I want to see us break above this high at $7.39 to see if we can make that move to the 50-day moving average, which is at $7.61. If SOFI is able to pull this off and then go into next week, it definitely does look really strong. But here's the thing. What happens if we decide to have a pullback? Then, of course, I want to see support off the 21-day EMA. So the low we had was $6.91. So any close above $6.91 would give us a higher low, and it will continue to look strong. But as far as for the pullback is concerned, unfortunately, it would put us below $7. But again, we already know how SOFI is. The moment we have strength and buying coming in the market, it can pick up very quickly. But for the most part, definitely looks strong. Let's see what it does going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for SOFI. Scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings for the 26th, we have River North Patriot ETF that purchased 741 shares, and we also have Cromwell Marketfield LS Fund Investor Class with a short position of just over 193,000 shares. We have AQR with a short position as well of 7,681 shares, and that's all we have so far for the 26th for new filings. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 58.31%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 9.73 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 700,000, updated 19 minutes ago, and then for the short biopsy rate, it is at 4.04%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 24th, it was at 56.64, and then for the close of the 25th, being at 58.31. So it has creeped up. And taking a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 19.66%, yes, that tells us SOFI does have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for SOFI. So we see on the inflow it's at 47.10 million, and then on the outflow it's at 40.62 million. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large it was 0, on the medium it was 31.89 million, and then on the small it was 15.21 million. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large it was 0.91 million, on the medium it was 23.40 million, and then on the small it was 16.31 million. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, May the 26th, we had that outflow of negative 0.91 million. And you can see for the past 5 trading days, we've had 4 outflow days. So that's something that you definitely want to keep an eye on. When we analyze numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then for the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 3.82%. And this is not too bad for a volatile stock like SOFI. But at the end, I think it was great that it posted up a green day, since we did see a lot of strength in the market as well. Now let's move on to the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for SOFI, when it comes to the price action, if you remember what I said in my previous video, I really wanted to see the stock get to around $7.41. Instead, we saw a high at $7.39. So I was just off by 2 cents. But as far as going into tomorrow, it does look good. We've been able to form higher lows for the past 2 trading days. So if we're able to break above 739, not only do I want to see us making that move above 741, we definitely want to see if we can get to the 50-day moving average, which is around $7.64. But you know what? I almost forgot. Since we have passed another trading day, it's actually lower. So it's around $7.61. We also do know that $8 is a psychological area as well. Will SOFI be able to get to $8 as far as for tomorrow? I'm personally not seeing it. But if we're able to get to the 760 area, I feel that would be quite the accomplishment. And the next point I want to bring up, we were able to close above the 21-day EMA. So right away, this is very bullish. And where's that set currently? It is at $6.93. And we ended up seeing a low of the day at $6.91. So I would love for us to continue the higher low pattern. So if we're able to show strong support above $6.91, we're doing good. So maybe we might be able to hold support right at $7. That would be the best case scenario. But as long as we stay above $6.91 or even at $6.93, SOFI will be looking good going into next week. Also, we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership. One thing that we saw a lot of were institutions taking short positions. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on this, but of course with the volatility we have in the markets, we can't be surprised about that. And then taking a look at the short interest information, SOFI does continue to have short squeeze potential, and that is why you want to continue to keep an eye on this play. Shorts are heavily vested. They have been continuing to increase their position as the stock price goes up. So that is why if we end up having a catalyst or the strength in the market continues, it could get very interesting for this play, and I give you those levels so you are prepared. And this is very essential whether you are an investor or whether you are a trader. So that's why I want to make sure, as far as for Friday is concerned, you guys can say, you know what, Dre was looking out. So let's see how the stock performs going into tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.